Right, welcome to Unit 4 in your theory course. This is a very short section, a very short unit, only with 3 worksheets to go through. And really it's just introducing new terms and general knowledge about music notation and music conventions. So, a lot of this stuff will be familiar to you already, but we're just going to sort of embellish. We're going to embellish a little bit of your general knowledge about musical terms. So, first of all, we're going to talk about tempi. Tempi, if you haven't heard the term before, it's just the plural for tempo. It really is just various tempo markings. So, as we read on, Italian is the international language for musical terms, and when we talk about the speed of music, we talk about the tempo. Tempo is the Italian word for time, and is plural, and the plural is tempi. The Italian terms for the tempo of music, like I said, a lot of these will be very familiar to you. But some of them may not be. So let's just go through them real quick. So the first one, largo, means slow. Also the word is broad. The next one, lento, being slow. Easy way I use to memorize these 2 words is they are the only two tempo marking words that start with the letter L, right? And so the corollary word that I associate them with is long, slow, broad. Okay, so that's really the slowest. Lento is the next slowest. Moving on, the word adagio, I'm sure a lot of you have heard this word before. It also means slow, but it has a literal translation, which is at ease. Okay, adagio, at ease. Okay, so slow and stately, which literally means at ease. Okay, the next few I'm sure will be familiar to you. Andante is a walking pace. Moderato, you can just English-size it, moderate. Okay, allegro is also a very familiar one, which is fast. For some reason, I don't know why they published it this way, but these 2 are backwards in terms of their order, assuming we're going from slowest up here to the fastest tempi. Andante would be the next faster. Moderate tempo is next. Then allegretto. Allegretto is a little bit slower than allegro. Okay? If you ever see a tempo marking that has etto in it, it means not quite as much as, a little slower than. Okay, so allegretto is next, and then allegro is fast. The next few you may be less familiar with, vivace and vivo. Very similar terms, and they kind of mean the same thing, the lively term. Vivo can be sometimes interpreted to be a little bit faster than vivace. So vivace is next at number 8, vivo is number 9, and presto number 10. Now, these are not all the be-all and end-all of tempo markings. Understand that there are more tempo markings, but these really are the main ones. If you know these, you can probably figure out the rest. There is a tempo, I've seen a tempo marking called, instead of presto, the tempo marking says prestissimo, which, you know, being an accomplished musician, I'm sure you can figure out what that means. Instead of being very fast, you know, it would be the next speed up. It would be very fast, pedal to the metal kind of thing, right? So, but anyway, these are the big ones. Largo, lento, meaning slow, broad. Okay, and then we have adagio, andante, moderato, allegretto, allegro, vivace, vivo, and presto. Some of these other ones that are also a little bit less familiar. Now, for these other ones that are a little bit newer as well, the vivace and the vivo, these are the only two tempo markings that have the letter V in it. So if you think of the French word for life, vi or vivir, right? In Spanish, vivir, vivo, that literally means life or lively, with life. Okay, so a few little tips and tricks to help you remember what these tempi terms mean. Going on further down the page, we have Italian terms for modifying the tempo during a piece of music. Some of these, of course, will be familiar to you as well because you've seen them in music before. So accelerando, gradually becoming faster. The word right in there is accelerate. Ritardando and rallentando, or rit and ral, literally the same thing. Literally the same thing. This one is not used nearly as much as commonly. Ritenuto. It means immediately slower. Okay? So rit and ral are gradually slower. Ritenuto, immediately slower. A hard, fast change. An example of a rit or a ral might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gradually getting slower. Okay, we're easing off the gas. A ritenuto is an immediate tempo change. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. An immediate, sudden tempo change. Okay, alargando we do see in music a little more often. Okay, alargando. Look at the inside of this word, L-A-R-G. Not unlike this guy right here. Whoops. This guy right here. L-A-R-G. Largo. Alargando. Okay. A lengthening of the note is kind of what it translates to. Okay. So look for those little clues that of things that already are familiar. Okay. Moving on. Piumoso means more movement. It literally translates to more movement. Okay, it means faster tempo-wise, but you could have the word più in front of other words as well. Okay, più lento, più mosso, più crescendo, more crescendo. You could have più attached to other words as well. Meno mosso is the opposite, less. Meno mosso, less movement is literally what it translates to, or in English, certainly slower. A tempo, I'm sure you've all seen before, a return to the tempo that we came from. So you would only ever see an a tempo if at some point in the music beforehand we had a tempo change. We had a rit or an allargando or an accel or something. If we had something up in here, then you might see an a tempo. All right? Okay, the bottom of the page really is just practice knowing those terms. So if you can, if you want to, try and challenge yourself by covering up the top half of the box up here, top half of the page, review the terms, cover it all up, and then see if you can finish this bottom section on your own. Okay, underneath it says underneath the scale below, write the Italian terms from very slow through to very fast. So you can go in here and certainly find the ones that you know for sure. The walking pace, hopefully you all remember, is the andante. I'll help you with the easy ones first, right? Andante is the easy one. Moderate pace, moderato, right? Well, let me get a pen here. Okay, so fill in the blanks, put the actual terms where they belong, and then match each term on the left here with its meaning on the right. Obviously, try not to look at the top of the page if you can. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in the next lesson.